Well, you might be interested to talk about is living without money. Is it possible? The simple answer is yeah, quite possible actually. You may know that some van dwellers use relatives' addresses as their official address. You'll probably have to do a similar thing to that in regards to some things. If you want to continue to use YouTube, you're going to have some sort of a deal with someone, and there's so many things that you can work out labour deals in exchange for a little rechargeable card you may or may not get for topping up your internet account and things like that. It's not terribly grand, but it isn't that bad either once you get the knack of it. And there's, I can't really speak from experience with this, but my uncle was involved in one of the things that a lot of people without money do use as an option, and that was scavenging. The common term for it is dumpster diving. I've seen, one's a girl, I think, called Rachel. Yeah. I forget a proper name, but it might be something with Rachel, it is. Anyway, she does a bit of dumpster diving, and gets she's a single mum of like 2 or 3 kids, and she gets a lot of craft-related stuff out of dumpsters. And in the States, apparently there's some states where it's legal, some towns where it's legal, other towns where it's not. And, some of these places it's perfectly legal. They can't lay a finger on you for doing it. And quite simply, she gets a lot of craft stuff out of the bin, and it keeps the kids occupied with all, playing around with paper and glue and crayons and whatnot. And makes a few things herself, but she's got quite a lot of stuff stashed up, but she still goes and gets more. My uncle used to do the same thing for food, and that's one of the most common things of all to get in the dumpster for is food. Now, he got this one dumpster, and let's just say they've been thrown out a few potatoes, just a few. Because we had freezers, and because we sort of live next door and that, he used to come and see us a lot. The amount of stuff he got, you wouldn't believe the quality and how much there was. We were literally living off the stuff he'd just given to us. Regardless of what he used, regardless of what he gave a whole stack of other people, we were living off the stuff he gave us once for about 2 months straight, just to try and get through some of it. He went to this particular dumpster where they'd been throwing out a lot of potatoes. He got 327 kilos of potatoes in about 3 trips over 3 days. And my gosh, you never seen potatoes like it. They were brilliant. They were fine. There's nothing wrong with them. In actual fact, we had been paying for potatoes that had strange root structures inside them, little holes with all soft goop in the holes and all this sort of stuff. These are the ones we'd been paying for. Now, out of all these ones he had, there was about 1 or 2 dud potatoes and the rest were absolutely flawless. The other thing was the shop he was getting it from was a place that sold a lot of stuff aimed at the cheaper end of the market, but they were also silly enough to have a lot of premium bread. I'm talking rye, like the black rye bread, the big Swiss loaves, German sourdough, raisin breads, all that sort of stuff. And of course, because it was aimed at the cheaper end of the market, none of the people would buy this stuff. They'd go in there and get the standard white bread, so they wouldn't buy it. Guess what had happened? It all ended up in the dumpster. Guess what? There was not one bit of standardised white bread in there. All of it was a funny shaped loaf, was some different method, different grain. So it was a premium. I didn't see one slice of bread that was a standard size white loaf. All of it was premium. I lived on that for months along with the potatoes, and the other one he was pulling out was steaks. I remember there one night I had a kilo of steak and two pretty big steaks, and you know, some more potatoes and stuff like that. And you know, as I was saying, we fed ourselves some months off of this, and that's one of the big things I've heard of people who have gotten. Plenty of people deliberately go and get stuff out that they sell. There's people who have gotten brand new computers from a computer shop's closing. They literally just chucked new computers in the dumpster. They went ahead and sold it. One of the people who's on the internet forum was on the very computer that he pulled out of the damn dumpster, and he sold the others that he found. Another person went in a dumpster of a boutique perfume shop, got $5,000 worth of Chanel or some bloomin' fancy branded stuff. There were boxes and boxes and boxes of this stuff. They resold it for $5,000. You know, you can make money off of scavenging. In one of my favourite movies there, the Dark Days, that's how these homeless people make a bit of money, scavenging and reselling. As one of them says, 90% of the stuff he gets is in perfect working condition. And, you know, it's possible to make money from scavenging, but it's also a fantastic way of getting whatever you need to get. You'll be shocked at one of the cupboards I've got in my kitchen has been pulled out of the same dumpster that he's getting all the potatoes and that out of. That's a brilliant little cupboard, actually. It's the only one that doesn't look flaming old. But yeah, it is possible to live with money. But where you do need money, you've got to make deals with people, or you've got to use the sale of scavenged stuff, which isn't uncommon, to get that money.